my favorite meal of the day, breakfast. It is actually. What's yours?
Probably lunch.
Okay.
Or brunch, I don't know.
Oh, this is brunchy food.
Yeah.
Brunchy food. Waffles can always be any time of the day.
Yeah.
For our family, Friday nights, I usually make breakfast for dinner and we do waffles. So I love these waffles because they are simple. There's not that many ingredients in them. They're gluten-free. They don't have any added too much stuff.
Yeah.
And they're really tasty. They also re-warm well, so you can heat them up the next day. So let's make waffles. Okay, I think of 2s for this recipe. This is probably the only one I really know by memory. Now that I say that, I'll forget. Here we go, 2 cups of gluten-free flour. I like to use, you can use Bob's red mill gluten-free flour, or you can use an oat flour, oat gluten-free flour. That works really well as well. And Lauren, do you want to prep some strawberries?
Yes, let me grab a bowl.
Okay, I like to do some fresh fruit on top of the waffles when they're done. So that's 2 cups of flour. We're gonna do a can of organic coconut full fat milk. I wasn't actually expecting the okay. Ta-da! 1 can of that. We're gonna do 2 tablespoons of maple syrup or honey, depends on which sweetener you prefer. We're gonna do 2 teaspoons of vanilla. Again, if you don't like vanilla, you don't have to do this, but it just makes them a little more flavorful. You can also use almond extract if you like an almond flavor. I don't know where to put the lid. Okay, here we go. We're gonna mix this, and then we're gonna do a pinch of salt. Let me just mix really good before I add anything else. I also will add a little splash, and let me measure it so I don't give you false numbers, of just plain unsweetened coconut milk. This is the more liquidy kind. You obviously want your batter to be the batter consistency of a waffle or a pancake, where it's not too thick but not too runny. All right, this is perfect. I'm gonna add, you don't have to add baking powder. If you do like, this is like a Belgian waffle maker. It's a thicker one. A lot of times you don't necessarily have to add an agent that helps it rise like baking powder. But I'm gonna add a little bit so they really fluffen up. You don't have to add that if you don't want to. All right, let me do a pinch of salt. You good on the strawberries over there?
Yeah, we're doing good, almost a full bowl.
We're gonna add 2 of baking powder. Okay, I'm gonna mix this and it will be ready. Here we go. I like it because it doesn't necessarily have like any oil really in it, which is nice. It's really just the flour and the coconut essentially with some flavorings. All right, here we go. You've got your griddle hot. I like to cook them on this has different settings. I guess it's a medium-high setting depending on what your waffle maker is. You can also do this on the shallow or waffle makers. The only thing I do is I take a little bit, you can do cooking spray or a tiny, tiny bit of butter just like this so that it doesn't stick. And then here we go, we're gonna, all right, here we go. And I'll always test one. I know this sounds weird, but I don't know, because I usually don't measure very well, so I'll always test one, and if I feel like it needs a little more something, I'll add it for the next one. So this is fun, because check this out. You can do 2 at the same time, everyone, which is way more productive. I'm actually gonna add a little more. So for all of our recipes below, you can get the true recipe, and that'll have like the exact, because sometimes we're winging this while we're cooking here, and I want you to have the exact measurements, so don't worry, you'll have that on your recipe.
We're both kind of
by the eye.
Yeah, we just like measure by eye.
Did I tell you my grandma one time, I wanted her to teach me how to make something, and she was like, sure, I'll teach you, and I was like, yay, so I came over, and she, behind my back, was tossing stuff into it. And I was like, what are you doing? And she was like, oh, I just don't, don't worry, it's not an important ingredient. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, I feel like you just did a very important,
Yeah.
because she never measured, you know, so, oh well. All right. Okay, this will make about 6, 8 large waffles. We're gonna let them cook, I don't know, it's gonna be like 5 minutes. And then we'll do the big reveal and add Lauren's perfectly chopped strawberries. It beeped, it's ready. All right, let's see here. Yay!
Perfect.
Oh, do you have a plate?
Yes.
Let me grab. These are special waffle tongs. Don't ask me why I got them, I just felt it seemed necessary. Okay, 1. Yay, and you can let them toast as much or as little as you want, you know, depending on how you like it. Okay, now I would say to make it really good, you should maybe do a little vegan butter. Almond butter is really good. Peanut butter. Some people do sunflower butter, right? Fresh fruit. Lauren cut this so nicely. Thank you, Lauren.
You're welcome.
I love fresh fruit. What's your favorite fresh fruit?
I like pineapple.
Oh, that would taste good. You could do coconut flakes, like pineapple. Okay.
Or blueberries.
Oh yeah, we do a lot of blueberries too. All right. Should I do
The
a lot
best
or a
part.
little? What's the vote?
A
lot?
lot.
Okay, here we go. All right, and there
Perfect.
are your delicious breakfast waffles. Easy, quick, and you can reheat them the next day and they'll taste just as good.